Hello. I've had this idea of, nope. Okay. Let's just get started. Okay, let's just get started. So, that is the topic that I would like to talk about is just getting started. Just do it. Just do it. All right. So there's a reason why that we have certain ideas, dreams, thoughts, desires of things that we want to do or skills that we have, and go for it, right? Go for it. There's a reason why we have those things, and especially when we're connected to God, and we're connected to this relationship with God. There's a reason why we have those certain desires and dreams and abilities, because now we're filled with a godly purpose. So and when we don't put in effort or tap into that, then we're just letting that skill and that ability just sit there. But my purpose of talking today is to say, just do it, go for it. I know a lot of times I'm speaking on my own personal behalf. I know that I think of a lot of ideas and I say, oh, I would love to do that. Oh, sounds like a lot of fun. Or I can do that. I know that I can do that. Or, oh, if only I had time. Or one day I'll do that. I know one day. Or I'll write that down and then I'll get to it later. And then months goes by and I never do it. And after thinking about it, you know what? Like that's to me, that's not okay for me now. So I'm thinking about my own life, and I'm saying, hey, like, why don't I just do it and do the things that I want to do? So and I start to think about, like, why am I not doing those things? Well, I'm on a deeper level, it's probably there's probably a deeper reason why there's those distractions for why those things are not getting done. So I challenge you, put that procrastination aside and go for it. Put those other thoughts aside and get those things done. There's a reason why they're given to you. There's no correct time. There's no right time for you, for anybody. There's no right time. There's no right time for us to get started. We can say, oh, when I'm done with school, or I would say when all of my chores are done, or when I'm done with all of this list of to-dos, then I'll go ahead and do that, because it's like a fun thing to do or whatever. But there's never a right time, so just go for it. Go head on and do it. There's no right time. So, like, you're never going to have all the prerequisites done first. Like when you're registering for a class and you have to have certain classes before you take another class, or a prerequisites, like something you have to do beforehand in order to do that first. So, like, you're never going to have all those prerequisites done first. So and who gave you those prerequisites for that thing that you're thinking of anyways? Is it you? Like, did you say, like, I would tell myself that, like, in order for me to get this one thing done, I need to get all these other things done first. And then I spent all my time doing all these other small things, and I never got that other big thing done first. Just get started. Just go for it. That is my point today. It might not always come out the way that you thought it, the way you planned it, but the point is that you started it, because the more that you put energy, you put effort into it, the more you learn about yourself, you learn about that skill, and then you have this feeling of accomplishment, and that motivates you to want to keep going. And the more you keep going, the more you strengthen that skill and that ability to do it again, and you can reflect back and be like, oh, I'm going to change that, I'm going to do this differently, and then you keep practicing, and then you're improving that skill. So that's why it's so important to get started, because if not, then what are you doing with those skills and abilities? You're letting them sit there and you're just thinking about them, and that's not improving on that skill. You are improving the idea of it, right? You're just thinking about it, and but you're not putting action towards it. It's just a thought, and you're not really and then nothing's getting done. So what good is it if you're thinking about the car moving, but the car is really just sitting there? You're not really going anywhere if the car is just sitting there, and you're like, I would love to go to this state, or I would love to travel there and here, and we can go in this car, and you're thinking about it and you're dreaming about it, but you never get there, you never go. You're still sitting on your sofa, you're still just looking at photos of the place, and you're just maybe even going to as far as like planning, and you are just organizing going, but you never actually press the button and say, yes, I bought the ticket and I'm going, right? Like you actually have to put in that effort, and it might be hard, it might be difficult, it might be tiresome, it might require some of you to put in some of your energy, and it might feel uncomfortable because it means that you're no longer where you were, right? You're not just sitting there, you're not just sitting there. You are actually moving, you are putting in effort, you are thinking, your brain is thinking differently, you're creating new pathways in your brain actually. So you have to when you're doing that, like that's a new thing, and like how I was saying, you start building up that skill and that sense of accomplishment of like, heck yeah, I did that. Like I did a good thing, I did something challenging today, or like I did something that I normally don't do. That sense of satisfaction is so rewarding, and we literally get these certain we literally get these certain hormones that pass through our bodies, and that's the feeling of like satisfaction, and that makes us want to do it again and again and again. So but it can only happen if we start doing it. So what are those things? What are those things that you keep telling yourself, like, oh, I really want to do that one day, or I really think that I really think that I have the ability to do that. Like I really think I have the chance or the skill in this one thing. What is it? Do it. Go for it. Who cares if someone else is already doing it, or already posted about it, or it has already said it within a conversation? Who cares? Doesn't mean you can't. There's more than one artist out there. There's more than one photographer out there. Like they're not you. So there's only one you, and what you're gonna do with your skills and ability is unique to you, and the world has yet to see what you have to offer. Don't let the fear of what if they think this, what if I do it wrong, what if it's gonna take me longer than I thought, or don't let those thoughts block you and make you stuck in not moving. It's not worth it. There's so much more that you have to offer than you think, and this getting stuck phase is exactly what, if we want to speak spiritually, it's exactly what the enemy wants us to do, right? It's exactly where it's easiest for us to be at, just stuck in a muddy, dry pit where our feet cannot move. We're just there, and we're not doing anything. So I mean, what easy targets is that, right? If your target's just staying still, that's easy. But if you are moving and you are getting your skill, your craft, and it's getting better and improving, and you're learning about yourself, you are not an easy target when you do that. Plus, to get deeper, you are showing that you are trustworthy of even more. I challenge you, write down what are the things that you like to do, what are the things that you want to do, and then what are the 3 steps that it's going to take for you to just dive into it. Like what, and then what's stopping you? How can you just say no to those things? If I can speak on a personal level, talking right now is something that I have been thinking about, and I have been blocking myself from doing it, and I have been saying I would love to do something like that. For years I have been wanting to do something like this, and I don't even know if this is the thing to do, but I know that I have a lot of thoughts. I know I have a lot I have a lot to say. I have a lot basically I have a lot to say, so I just thought speaking it out loud is a lot faster than writing it down. And so here I am, and I just thought, okay, I have a camera, I have a phone with a camera that does video, so I'm just gonna do it, and we'll see where this goes. Like, if it doesn't go far, who cares? But I am getting this practice of speaking out loud, you know, like I'm getting this practice of what it feels like, ooh, to be on camera, you know. So I'm kind of like stretching my skills out, and so here I am as an example. So thank you for watching, thank you for being here, and I hope that you got something from this, and we'll see if I make another video. But thank you.